Hello everyone, this is Tenguru, back with another episode of Dark Souls Boss Challenge, with the mission to draw every boss from Dark Souls. That means main game and DLC. In the last episode, we made our way into the catacombs to defeat Pinwheel. Now that he is out of the way, we can now continue our way down into one of the darkest corners of Lordran, the Tomb of the Giants. We are here for our next Lord Soul, which is being guarded by the Gravelord Nito, the first of the dead. Nito, along with the other lords, fought in the war against the dragons, using his miasma of death against them. Pinwheel having stolen some of the powers from Nito, and with his Lord Soul fading, he is most likely in a much weaker state than he was at the dawn of the Age of Fire. Despite being weakened, he still holds much power, and the few adventurers brave enough to take the journey may be granted an audience with the Gravelord to become one of his servants. These Gravelord servants continue to do Nito's bidding in the world above, spreading death and despair to others. The chosen undead who wishes to take Nito's soul to satiate the Lord Vessel and put an end to this Lord of Death must travel to the very bottom of the Tomb of the Giants to find the sarcophagus of the Gravelord. The fight against Nito puts pressure on you right from the start. The boss room can only be accessed by dropping in from a good distance, meaning that you start the fight with reduced health. This can be mitigated by the fall control sorcery, but those without sorcery builds will have to heal quickly. Nito likes to use his Gravelord Greatsword attack to summon a red blade from underneath the character, and can easily kill off an unprepared challenger before the fight even begins. This means engaging Nito quickly is a priority, but it must be done carefully as there are many skeletons waiting to ambush those who rush in blindly. Nito will also use his powers over death to bring the skeletons back endlessly, so using a divine weapon against the skeletons is recommended. I thought using the Paladin set would be ideal to use against the Gravelord, and it can actually be found right here in the boss room, after defeating the Red Phantom of Paladin Leroy. That being said, it is possible to get this set before actually attempting to fight Nito. If you defeat Paladin Leroy, and then go back and join the Gravelord Servants Covenant, you will be transported to the boss room, and Nito will not be hostile towards you. The armor can then be picked up from a corpse of Leroy in the corner. Leroy was the first undead that came from the Way of White, and was the first to set out on a pilgrimage to Lordran for his undead mission. The armor set has excellent defenses and resistances, including the highest curse resistance of any armor in the game. As for our weapon, I thought I would continue with the Paladin theme and use the weapon Grant. This legendary weapon of the Way of White is very effective against Agents of Dark. Its divine attributes allow it to stop skeletons from respawning, making it very useful in this fight. I was going to go with the Sanctus shield to round off the build, but I got the suggestions to use the Skull Lantern, and I thought it would work much better thematically. Although the lantern isn't actually needed during the fight, much of the journey down to the boss room is in pitch black, and is quite treacherous without a source of light. I also thought this would be a good opportunity to show an armor set from the front, as the lantern really adds to the atmosphere, and tells a bit more of our story getting down here. Defeating Nito means there are only 2 Lord Souls left between us and the final encounter with Lord Gwyn. I've had a few requests for Seath already, but we do have the path through the Demon's Ruins available as well. We also have Gwendolyn available to us now, as well as the Artorias of the Abyss DLC. I'll leave it up to you guys as to where we go next. Don't forget to leave your suggestions for equipment to use as well. Just leave any thoughts you have in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode.